evening, guys. It's Saturday, January 7th. My name is Dave Coker, and this is Talking About Finance. All right, here we are, together again. Men and women who have one goal, to build wealth. And we do it in a very simple, a very straightforward, a very direct way. Any assets we buy must pay us to own them. It's that simple. It's such an easy concept. You have to wonder why so many ignore it. And then you realize some people just want to get rich quick. They seek immediate gratification. They want it now. They can't wait. They won't wait. So they grasp at straws. They try to trade. And lacking both education and experience in the market, they lurk from strategy to strategy, from coach to coach, from newsletter to newsletter, all charging for their services. And generally they lose money until such a time as they become convinced the markets are rigged and they drop out. Well, we know the markets are rigged. They're rigged in such a way as to create wealth for the patient, for those who are willing to wait, for those who are willing to accept what might be short-term losses, what most definitely will be delayed gratification for long-term gains. It's the certainty that regular cash flow provides. And since we all agree on how to move forward, how to build wealth, let's talk about finance. Last week, the S&P 500 was up about 1.19% on the week. Really good week. Check this out. We've got all these sectors that outperform, from communication services down to consumer staples. Losing sectors, energy, information tech, utilities, healthcare, all underperformed the S&P 500 for the week, and utilities and healthcare actually moved into a loss. So on the whole, though, the S&P 500 is up for the week. It's only been like 4 days, so we'll see where it goes. I wrote an interesting article for my banking clients, rewrote it, I should say, for Medium, called Stocks 2023 Dip and Rip. So check it out if you haven't had a chance to see it yet. It's under my name, Dave Coker, on Medium. And I do make the argument that we're going to see a sharp correction in stocks first quarter, maybe first half of 2023. And then if the Fed continues to perform as we expect them to perform, we'll see the rip. The VIX traded down to 21.13. It started the week at 20.17. So no sharp movements, and it's still suspicious, as we haven't seen both a blow-off in share prices and a VIX popping north of 40. So watch out. As I mentioned, we're going to see the rip, and I bet it's going to happen starting next week. The 10-year note closed at 3.57%. It's down about 0.3% week on week, up about 2% or 200 basis points year to date. Now, it's curious because we're seeing the yield falling even as the Fed continues to talk tough about interest rates. There's a dichotomy there. Pay attention. This is when it gets really interesting. Oil closed the week at 73.76. It's down about 8.1% week on week, now down about 1.9% year to date. It's going to be driving CPI even lower. And there are people that are starting to suspect that we're going to see CPI inflation, for want of a better phrase, track negative sometime over the first half. So here we are. It's a new year. All the possibilities that starting over allows us. But we're not going to start over. We're going to continue with the same old, same old. What me and my buddies, about 50 or so investment bankers, investment bankers, money freaks, are all talking about all week, 24/7 on a private Telegram channel. I bring what I like best to you, so if this is the kind of stuff you like, I hope you will enjoy it. 7 slides for 7 days. Let's go. And here's a good one off Crestcat. Once again, they do some interesting work there, taking a look at market cap and looking at record share buybacks. Well, yeah, he can spell about as good as I can, Bubba buybacks. But in any case, guys, what does it mean when entities buy back their shares? They're bullish. They expect the share price to go up. So clearly they're going to buy back the shares because they think it's going to go up. It's a way to return value to shareholders without the direct payment of a dividend, which is directly taxable, typically at normal income rates. Although if you buy, like I buy, qualified dividends, hey guys, they're taxed at 0. But aside from that, buybacks are a tax-efficient way to return wealth to shareholders. And it's certainly more efficient than this way. And yeah, as I said, this shit is real. This is like the most bizarre thing. And I really didn't want to, I was just reading this. I couldn't believe it. And we were talking about it, but I just couldn't, I didn't want to read to find out how, and what country's involved. Now, keep in mind, people who have colonoscopies assure me that your colon is 5 feet long. I have no idea how much gold you can get up there, but it's entirely possible that people, we've seen this happen before, where people were approached at airports by individuals just basically to carry gold in. And by doing so, they earned a fairly good profit. They earned fairly good money. I think this would require a little bit more preparation. Some preparation H maybe, right? Or KY jelly, I don't know. But it's pretty interesting that people do that. And this is really fascinating. And why do we see the Indians coming up with all these pragmatic ideas? My God, we're so arrogant in the West, so confident in our ways, we don't adopt the best ideas. And I'll tell you right now, the way literacy is going in America, we're going to need this sooner rather than later. It's really wild. Why put a king or a queen, a president, a dead president, somebody else on your currency when you can just put something simple like this? It really, really does make a lot of sense. And talking about sense, finally we can say this crap is gone. My God, the most repulsive garbage people on the planet. Modern monetary theory, MMT, suggests, these are idiots, suggest that sovereign nations, the United States is one, can borrow as much money as we want without ever having to worry about paying it back. Never. My God. And the thing that killed modern monetary theory, or MMT, the thing that killed it was inflation. Because MMT, if you read the theories, and I've read it, and it came out as this new and innovative theory, it's always been a fringe, a real far left out there idea. For about 20 years I've heard about it, always off there in the distance. Unfortunately, America adopted it. And the theory says that when inflation runs high because of the excessive government borrowing, all you got to do is raise taxes. My God, what stupidity. People are being creamed by the cost of living. Prices are surging. And yet these idiots say, oh, all we got to do to cure inflation is raise taxes. Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's totally out there. And here's a really good one, right? I am so looking forward to that trial in October. We got the pentagon, the hexagon, the octagon, and the money gone. I have no idea who did this. It's superb though, right? It really, really is. And guys, we all know about SBF. Now, my theory is, and I've never met the gentleman. I've known people who I do know people who know him. And what I've heard, and I've talked to them, he strikes me as being a real idealist, a really nice guy, not too streetwise, I should say. And I think he fell in with a crowd, and there's people behind the scenes that I've said on my newsletter, FinTech Flash News, and in other forums. I said, we really got to see who got the money. Because I don't think that he took the money. I don't think his girlfriend took the money, Wang or these other guys took the money. I think there's some entities that grabbed the money, and they're the people that structured this whole thing. No, it's not CZ over at Binance. There's some other people whose names haven't come forward yet. I bet the FBI knows who they are, and they're tracking them, and they may have already approached them. Who knows how this works? Really, we won't know until there's an actual court case. But yeah, that's crypto. And keep in mind, guys, we talked about this before. Crypto is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is something completely different. And I've never made a secret of the fact that every Friday, I buy Bitcoin. Every Friday morning. I buy Bitcoin about 10 months ago. I started buying Ripple as well. Leave Ripple out of it for a moment. But people don't really understand Bitcoin, especially when they conflate it. And they talk about cryptocurrency and they include Bitcoin in it. Bitcoin is something completely different. I buy Bitcoin every Friday. I will never sell my Bitcoin. I've been doing it for years. Guys, if you buy Bitcoin, get it off the exchange. Buy yourself a Trezor or a Ledger. There's other wallets out there, a hardware wallet, a cold storage wallet. As soon as I buy Bitcoin, I transfer the coins to my Trezor. I get them off off the exchange. I get them onto my device. I'm migrating actually to a ledger, but we'll talk about that in a later episode. I'll be getting it this week and moving everything over. But the point is, it gets back to this old wisdom that we've had, and I don't recall who said it first, but not your keys, not your coins. When you leave coins, money, on an exchange, you don't have the private keys. The exchange has the private keys. Get them off the exchange. Get them into a mechanism, a wallet that you control. If you have to use a software wallet for a short period of time, that's fine. Get them off the exchange onto a wallet that you and only you control. And then you'll be fine. And again, I don't really make these predictions. It's really interesting taking a look, guys, at this stuff. And here we've got different events. We've got different cycles. And you can see the halving cycles that we've had. We're about ready to move into the fourth halving cycle. It's going to happen in May of 2024. And that is when the production, the mining rate, I should say, of Bitcoin drops by 1/2. And we have seen significant legs up during every one of these halvings. So really wild to watch what's going on with the mining rate of Bitcoin, to watch what's going on with these epic events, Mt. Gox, Bitfinex, COVID. All these things happened. FTX. And think about it, guys. All these years, every 10 minutes, new Bitcoin's been mined without drama, without a lot of publicity. It's a machine. You got to be part of this machine to build wealth. When you buy Bitcoin, you should vow to never sell it. It's what I do when I buy stocks. I don't buy stocks to sell them when they reach a certain price point. I buy to hold forever. I buy to hold Bitcoin forever. My property forever. My art forever. Just don't sell. And you'll build some wealth. So think about it, guys. It's been a real good night. Watch out for what's going to happen next week. We get a full trading week coming out of the gate Monday. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do suspect we're going to see the rip manifest and start to impact the markets. The leg up on Friday was just too awesome. I really enjoyed it because everything, absolutely everything, in both my taxable and my tax-free portfolios were up. Oh, my cryptos were up. My Bitcoin and my XRP was up as well. I'm suspicious. But still, make sure you buy some stocks. Make sure you buy some bullion. I like gold. I like silver. Make sure you buy some crypto. I like Bitcoin. I like Ripple. Just buy. That's all you can do is just buy. Sit back, relax, get rich slowly. Take care, guys. Have an awesome week. Oh, good sound, isn't it?